Hello, and I want to give you a quick visit with the night sky. As you can see, we're looking to the southern sky right now, and we have Antares, which is in the constellation Scorpius. And sitting right next to it is the teapot for Sagittarius. I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Here is my handle, and here is my spout. When you tip me over, I will shout. And there's the steam coming out of the teapot. This is the Milky Way Galaxy, and what I did is I shut off all artificial light, and this is the sky we should be able to see. If you're looking towards Sagittarius, right in this direction, this is the center of the Milky Way Galaxy, and you can see that because it's actually got this big blob here, which represents the center of the Milky Way Galaxy, which goes off this direction. And you can see it going off in that direction, and then also goes down. And if I shut off the Earth, which I can do, it goes over to that section that I was just showing you and back to about here. Let's turn the Earth back on, and let's actually turn it back to a sky similar to what we have here. So if you take a look at it, if in the night sky we actually have Saturn if you're looking towards where are the compass directions? If you look towards the south, you can actually see Saturn here a little bit towards the east side of south, and you can see Jupiter here, which is the largest of the planets. Sorry, this is the second largest of all the planets. And if you look over here, we can actually see the brightest and the closest planet, which is Venus. And if I actually throw a line up here, this is called the ecliptic, and this is the line that the sun takes going across here. So if the sun was located right here, we would say Venus. The love god is in the same sky, or Spica, or Jupiter, or Antares, or Saturn, or even Mars is located here in the eastern part of the sky. Probably have trees over on this part of the horizon, so it'd be tough to see. But if you actually look in this location, let me actually throw the clock on here. Let me go back a couple hours. And let me actually get rid of sunlight. You have Mercury here. This is 7:30. Sky's not really quite dark yet. You can see as the minutes tick by, Mercury actually sets in the west. In fact, all the stars are going to the west, and this is why we say the sun sets in the west, because it is one of the stars. And if I go closer to now time, which is 29, back to the way it looks now. Venus is probably not visible in our sky because there are probably trees located right here. If you get a good look toward the west, you can still see Venus. It is the third brightest thing in the sky, sun being the brightest, the moon being the second. This is the third, there's the fourth. And if you take a look from Venus, you should be able to see a relatively bright looking star. That's the planet Jupiter. Look a little farther and you don't get confused with Antares, which is pretty bright. You should be able to see Saturn, and Mars again is coming up. And if you actually went out, say 11:30 tonight, Mars should be pretty high in the southern sky. If you went out at 1:30 tonight, you could actually 12:30 tonight, you could see it pretty much in the southern sky. Of course, the moon would be up there. A couple days ago, we just had a lunar eclipse, so the Earth's shadow is located about right in, actually probably right in this direction. Mars is at opposition the 27th, which I think is the same day we had this, and that would put Mars directly opposite the sun from us. So it probably was located right about here. In fact, I can just take this instead of going to 30th, 28, 27. So the moon shadow, or the Earth's shadow, is right about there. So Mars is really close to opposition. Okay, so that is the night sky. Where you should be able to see Venus, god of love, Jupiter, the god of gods, Saturn, the ring god, Jupiter's grandfather, and you should even be able to see the god of war coming up. If we could actually see other planets, Pluto, I think, is really close to, it's either Saturn or Jupiter. So it should be up there. Neptune is located over here closer between Saturn and Mars. You can't see Uranus. Uranus is actually down below the horizon here someplace. But that should be it. 5 minutes of the summer sky and the Milky Way and beautiful constellation and the teapot, the Milky Way coming out. Okay, that's it. Thank you. Bye.